Hello everyone, we are going to do a show and tell video of the kitchen goods that we're looking at today. I have almost all of them in my home, so I'm going to try to review them quite quickly just so that you can get a feel for what Norwex offers for your kitchen environment. So we started the day off by looking at kitchen cloths and counter cloths. So the kitchen cloths and towels come in two different textures. This is the towel size, the standard texture. So a little bit of a looser weave with those grooves that are going to be really good for catching crumbs. It's definitely soft and really great for drying dishes, drying your counter, things like that. The smaller cloth size is going to be handier for cleaning counters. This is the textured style. So it's like an EnviroCloth on this side with those fine grooves, and then this side has a bit of a diamond weave. A little bit thicker, still very soft. So it kind of just depends on your preference. I personally lean a little bit more towards this just because I like that durability. And I do feel like they might last a little bit longer. But there are more color options here, and these are very well loved. So I don't think you can go wrong either way. So those are the kitchen cloths. And then the counter cloths, I grabbed my set out of my kitchen. So this top one is drying, which is what is awesome about this little stand. So it can stand right there. You stack those in. So you can buy this as a set. They now offer 3 different color options that are really pretty. I have the older version that has a mix of the blues and the neutral tones. You can also get them in a 3-pack like this if you don't care to have that full set. Yeah, the stand is just really handy with that sizing to go over the top for drying. I also find that I drape it over my faucet to dry at the sink often. It's just that perfectly small size that it goes in that space nicely. It's about hand size, obviously a little bit longer. So wiping down counters is just really great with these because they're sized appropriately. So definitely one of my favorites. If you saw my favorite 20 items, and then my recommendation for 10 products if you're new, or just my top 10 recommended products, the counter cloths are one of those. Okay, let's take a look at dishwashing. So hand dishwashing. We have the dishwashing liquid, which is concentrated. It doesn't have any toxic ingredients in it, and so it doesn't suds up like some of the other soaps that get really sudsy. And so that's a difference, but it cleans really well. It's concentrated. This also works really good as a stain remover on clothing or rags. I had a cloth that had some dark black grease on it from my daughter using it. I didn't know where it came from, but I put a little bit of this on it, scrubbed it, and it came right out. So really great dish soap in that one. And then these netted dishcloths are really wonderful for a lot of different uses. They bunch up nice to scrub your dishes, keeping the suds kind of in the cloth. They're soft, they're large. You drape them over your dishes when you're done to dry, and they don't hold on to a lot of liquid, and so you're not going to grow a lot of bacteria on something like this. People will use them as strainers. They're also great to clean up your countertop, especially after something like using flour for baking. And then the dish mat, I just got this, so I haven't even used it yet, but I'm really excited. So you lay this microfiber side down and lay your dishes out to dry on the mesh side. So well loved. They recently added backlock to this, so that's going to be that silver self-purifying technology in it. So that's the dish mat. It comes in 2 different colors. Dishwasher. There is a dishwasher powder called Ultrazyme. It has enzymes in it to kind of help break down all of the junk on your food and also clean your dishwasher while it's doing that. Paired with Rinse Aid Plus really brings that power to get things clean and shiny. And then the magnet ball will help to draw out any metals or minerals and things like that that are in your water. So if you have hard water, this especially can be useful in your dishwasher, your washing machine, and then also in toilet tanks. All right, scrubbers. So the Enviro scrubs are EnviroCloth on one side and then the scrub cloth on the other. There's nothing in between, so you don't have like a sponge or anything in the middle. They're just 2 layered. They're really nice, once again, hand size for scrubbing your counters. So if you tend to have a lot of stuck on stuff on your counters, this would be a really great option. When you're done with them, you just rinse them out really well, hang to dry. That's going to be key with all Norwex microfiber, is rinsing them out really well with hot water and then hang to dry so that backlock technology can go to work as it dries. The spear nets come in a 2-pack. So those are gonna be your stainless steel little scrubby sponges. And then there is a sponge variety where this one does have a sponge in the middle with that stainless steel woven exterior. So once again, really good for those jobs that just need a lot more scrubby action. So cleaning out your oven, for instance. This side also has a little bit of a groove. So if you like to scrape things, you can kind of use that edge. There is a sponge I don't have called the Enviro sponge, which is Enviro cloth on one side, and then the other side is similar to the veggie scrub cloth. So a little bit of a finer, softer scrub. I haven't gotten those ones yet. All of those scrubber options are really well liked. I've analyzed reviews for those, and Norwex is just really good about ditching any products that aren't being well liked, so that they keep the ones that are working well that people like around, and anything that's not going over well, they retire that out. Produce. So washing our fruits and vegetables is really important to get all of those pesticides or added things off of the exterior. On my post for that, there is a little bit more information. So there is a fresh produce wash as well as a scrub cloth. This works really good for like carrots, potatoes. You can use it on lots of things, but especially if you're a gardener, it'll speed up that cleaning process. And then there are produce bags. So if you prefer to use something sustainable rather than the plastic reusable bags at the store, a set of those would be handy. One of my favorite new products for the kitchen is the degreaser. You mix some of that with water to fill up a 16-ounce bottle. So one bottle concentrate is going to fill 5 of these into a spray that you can use on your countertops, in your ovens, lots of different places. On my demo video, I sprayed it on some food that had been dried and stuck on the stovetop, and it broke it down within seconds, and it was easy to wipe up. There is a stainless steel cloth for your appliances. It's very similar to the window cloth, but this side is a lot more velvety and soft. This side would be more like the window cloth. So it gives a little bit of that polish and shine. I would recommend pairing this with the Enviro cloth first, or something to that effect of wiping down your appliances to get them clean, and then using this as more of the polisher. Another one of my favorite products that is more new since I got it would be the silicone lids. So these have been really great as a little bit of a splash guard in the microwave. Also, instead of using foil over pans of food for dinner, if I'm doing a casserole or something, I can put this on top of it. They do suction down, so they can also be used as a lid for leftovers if you're gonna put them in the fridge. And this will suction onto your bowl or cup or anything that you're using to create a nice seal. Norwex also offers fabric napkins with backlock, and so you can rinse these out and reuse them if you just have a proper place to hang them to dry. And so they can also be used as placemats. There's a few different color varieties. And the last thing we'll take a look at right now are the chenille hand towels. I love the chenille hand towels because I can hang them up in my kitchen, hang them up in my bathrooms, and they're there, and I'm not picking towels up off the floor all the time. They also have backlock in them, so we easily use them for a week between launderings. They never smell. They dry out nice, and so I'm a big fan of these. There are the pet to dry version with these 2 critters available, and every once in a while they have some other exclusive options. And then the standard version, I think there are 4 or 5 colors available now. So you just loop those over, use this little loop design to hang them over a towel rod or a hook, and they can hang there, like I said, for easily a week. If you're just drying your hands on them, they're just getting wet, and then they self-purify as they dry. So they have been wonderful in our home. So that is a peek at what we reviewed today. If you guys have any questions, definitely reach out. I will try to do reviews each day. I know many of you work, or it's just hard to keep up with the posts as we're highlighting each product separately. And so these videos are just a little bit easier way to get a peek at what we've covered, and then you can scroll back and find the posts on the products that are interesting you the most. Have a good night.